Okay, so in this example, we're going to write a simple command line calculator that's going to let us enter some numbers on the command line and it'll add those together. So since I said on the command line, that means that we're going to have two parameters, our arg count and our arg array, or our array of argument strings. And let's do a loop where we just print the numbers out at first, and then we'll use that to sort of get to our eventual solution. So we need to remember we want to skip argv0, since that is the command name. And while ii is less than argc, which since that's the count, one less than that would be the maximum index into the array. So let's just print it out for now. And I'll just print a new line at the end. Yeah, that shouldn't be an int, even though it will be an int if I'm doing this correctly. Okay, very good. Except I didn't expect it. I don't want to start it. I wanted to skip. So just because my comment says I'm skipping doesn't mean my code is skipping. So if I do a.out, I don't get any output. But if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, it does print them all. Okay, so I'm sure you've written programs to sum up an array before. So we're going to initialize our sum to 0. So now, what if we say sum plus equal whatever argument is passed in. Okay, and then here we'll print the sum. And let's just print that number for now. In fact, really, I'm not sure that we should even do a new line in case we wanted to use this as part of a piped command. So let's compile this. I'm going to ignore that warning and see what happens. So you'll notice if I add 1, 2, 3, 4, I get this, that looks to be a 10-digit number. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is somewhere around a billion and a half. So hopefully you see that that's not correct. And what's going on is we're adding whatever the integer value is of this as opposed to what integer it represents. So we need to convert this to an integer first. And a2i takes a string and converts it to an integer. And that's in the standard library header file. So now you'll notice that it does give us the correct value that we expect. And I'll add this note here. This is going to convert each argument to a string, and we add it to the sum. But we are assuming that all valids are argument ints. If we passed in something that wasn't valid, it actually happened to work in that case. Okay, so in these cases, we're getting zeros, so it ignores it, which is good. But again, we are assuming that all the arguments are valid if we want to get something that makes sense. It looks like we're not crashing, which I'm kind of surprised we're not. I thought that would crash, but it didn't. But anyway, this is our simple command line calculator.